Now, guitar cases are the absolute goat. Look here, even if they're floppy like this, which doesn't really matter, or even if they're a thick, chunky bastard like this big beautiful word here, see, they're all fantastic and great. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why everything there is so great, just so wonderful. I think I heard my guitar. Enjoy. Now today, guys, I thought I would talk about a topic that is overlooked in the community so much that we really don't think about as much as guitar owners and possessors of such items and equipment, because it's a one-time purchase. We don't get it so often. You know what? It's just such a one-time thing. Very miscellaneous, if, you know, I dare say myself. Which is, of course, the wonderful world of guitar cases. What a thrilling video idea. So you might be saying to yourself, well, why is he creating this goated video about guitar cases? What's so special about them? And to that dear viewer, I would say to him that cases are the undisputable goat of guitars in general, overall. Why, you might ask? Well, we'll get into that in a second. I need to check my cases, okay? See, now to see whether they're the absolute goats, we need to first realize our different types of cases that we have. Our floppy cases, which are these thin lace ones that are built for travel size, or whatever the hell the name is. It's kind of ridiculous to me, I forget. And then, of course, your thick, harder cases that are built for rough and tumble, throw it around everywhere. Kind of like how they mistreat them all at the airport.
What was he thinking? A baggage handler at LAX busted on camera tossing thousands of dollars worth of musical instruments onto the tarmac.
See, starting off with our soft cases, it's more about the versatility of what the item can provide. And see, if you're going to invest in one of those, it's more for the portability of it, getting from one show to another, walking with it, you know, transporting it easier without it being so taxing on the back. While when you've got your hard cases, you've got to lug them around from here to there to everywhere, and overall it is a heavier experience, but it gives you a much more protective place to have them, and so it's held in a nice and snug place. See, now you think this is a basic thing, right? You think, all right, now here's the whole case, here's the whole thing. Now why the heck are we talking about it? This is such a simple process. Well, because they are the absolute goats of it, simply purely just because they keep it safe. Do you know how much shit those guitars go through all the time, like getting smacked and whacked everywhere? And I mean, imagine if this is my guitar and then this is me walking around with it. I'm just having a lovely day through the straw beach and get... That didn't go so well. They take a lot of damage, absorb everything for you to make sure that your guitars are as clean and as crisp as possible. And I understand that there's a lot when it comes to certain brandings and certain types that we'll absolutely differently get into, but this is just a nice demonstration to show you that sometimes you as a player or someone else can be very rough with the guitar, or it might get damaged, or you might be on a road trip in the plains. I mean, plains are just a whole nother thing. But overall, they've been loving and tenderly caring for your snug little guitar while you've been off doing whatever you need to do. And that's what makes them so great in the first place. Let's not forget, they even have storage for all your precious little trinkets and little items that you'll ever need in your whole life. I mean, just think of all the random crap you have to carry with you. Extra strings, picks, a slide if you use one of those, some kind of weird gadget that you found at a store that was $3 and you're like, you know what, I might as well pick it up because it's just there and it's so cheap. Extra guitar picks, all of these different things carry a certain purpose, and with your guitar case, most cases, not saying all, some could purely just fit that, but they carry stuff, have those bonus features that really elevate the experience, because not only are they protecting your guitar, but they're also a holder for all your stuff, making sure that everything's nice and snug and looks perfectly within the vicinity of it, and is all there right when you need it, of course, until you open up the case and then you realize nothing's there because you left half of everything right back at home, and then you gotta walk all the way back and go and grab it. Comfortability is another thing that we have to talk about as well. See, when you're carrying it or lugging it down, and let's just say a softer case, you want to make sure that when you're carrying it around with you, it's obviously feel somewhat nice so that it's more tolerable for you to carry around with. Obviously, we know that the weight eventually over time is going to drag someone down a little bit because it's heavy, especially if you walk a few kilometers down the road just to go somewhere. We also just want to make sure that it's comfortable for the person who has it and who's holding it, you know, not exposing out to all those elements, because we also have to think about, right, environments also affect the guitar as much as the outside world does. Environments, the weather, your temperature, all that good stuff all affects the inner workings of your guitar. And so you didn't even realize half of that stuff. And that's why they're so goated in general. See, I've listed off like 5 things here. Another thing about cases is that the first case that you may have, or a lot of different ones, really hold a lot of sentimental value and certain memories to them. See, when I got my first guitar a long time ago, it came with a very specific case. And with that case, It's been through a lot of individual hits and damages, a lot of stickers have been put on it, a lot of different stuff. And every single time I go back and revisit it, it makes me think of my early guitar playing and what it was like during that time, and all the fond memories that we've gone through together. I know I'm getting in a more committed relationship with a guitar case than an actual woman. Alright, it's fine, we'll get there eventually. My point is that there's always memories tied to different cases, different items, different things, which is why a lot of people find things so sentimental and super valuable to them. When some people may say, oh, well, that's worth nothing because it's like a piece of junk, say it's a gum wrapper. You may see it as a gum wrapper, but the person on the other side might see that as something their mother that's then passed away, or their grandfather or someone else gave to them, or has some very intrinsic value to that person and that individual themselves. Now, when we're talking about the GOAT of all guitar cases, there's plenty of room to make a debate up for whatever you personally think it is, whether you prefer travelability or overall protection. I mean, if you're looking for overall protection, getting those hard industrial cases that you can literally throw outside onto a mountain, into a volcano, and they'll still live, they'll make sure it's nice and safe. But if you want to have something that you can carry around with for quite some time, so you don't have a car or something, and you need to get from a small place to another place, you probably don't want to carry around a 15 kilo case, including the guitar that might be 20. You really want to hold or grab onto something that is light and is freely movable, which is what those other cases do for you. And of course, there are some other kinds as well, like specialty flight ones that are made to help protect it, and some name brand ones, but those two primarily are what you're mainly looking at, which most guitar players will dabble. Now, for me personally, what do I think? I kind of like hard cases, you know, I've always traveled around with them. I mean, obviously you can work around them with them as well. They are a little bit heavier, but I personally always preferred them. But I'd love to hear your guys' comments about what you think personally is the GOAT of cases. Is it softer cases? Is it harder cases? Is it cases specifically built for certain things? Is it some weird custom one that your granny built like 20 years ago and you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. I'll let you guys decide in the comments. But overall, cases are really just a wonderful thing with the guitars. They truly are the underrated GOAT of the series, you know. Protecting your guitars since day one if you've bought them. Always in the corner trying to help them out. Of course, until they get a hole in it and something happens and they fall right out from underneath, or you smack it and you spent all this money and you look inside and the whole neck snapped. Outside of that, basically the best in the game. And you know, maybe we need to have a little bit more of an appreciation for more simple things that we don't really think about most of the time when they're more one-off purchases, like cases or stands or lights. You know, we typically sometimes forget to appreciate the small things that we have in our own lives, such as these things that we have now. I really think that these cases in general, or anything else that you personally have or that you own, are really the GOAT of protecting things that hold them forever, things that you can look back on another 10 and 20 years and think it's still in pretty good condition because of them. And personally, I mean, who doesn't like a pretty cool case to go with the guitar? I mean, some places even will give it included to you in a bundle. Probably I wouldn't say get those. I mean, some of those are pretty interesting the way they're manufactured, but overall, not too bad. So overall, make sure to keep your guitars safe, all of your things in great condition, and make sure to realize and appreciate all the smaller things that you have in your life, like your cases, light bulbs, and all that random good stuff. And yeah, that's kind of it. Okay, bye.